Hello there. So these are the final set of 4 gladiators for the game of Jugula. They're box set 3. I've already put up a video on the previous 2 box sets, so that makes a total of 12 gladiators, which is one of each type that you can play in the rules. So as you can see from the illustrations on the box behind them there, I haven't really taken advantage of any of the head swaps or weapon swaps that come with the box. More on that later. With the exception of this guy here, who I've given this sort of spiky mace to rather than the gladius that he's got on the box. I think that's the only change I made. So this chap here is Cupellarius. He is a very heavily armoured gladiator, as you can see. Some doubt in the rule book, there's a little description of him about whether he actually ever fought in Rome or was a sort of regional variant in the south of Gaul. But he's an interesting addition to the mix. And then next to him is Laciarius, who would be armed either with a whip or a lasso to try and ensnare his opponent, and then a long dagger to finish them off. Then we've got Secutor, who is quite an interesting character. He is the principal opponent of the Retiarus, the fighter with the net. So he has a number of adaptations to deal with the net and the trident. His helmet in particular is rounded so that none of the projections on it will snare in the net, so it makes him less easy to catch, and also the eye sockets are deliberately small and set at a distance apart so that the forks of the trident can't get through and blind him, injure his face. And then finally there is Thrakes, who is designed to look like a Thracian fighter, and he has a curved weapon. He's armed with a sort of curved blade that was thought to be the principal fighting weapon of the Thracians. So they're my final 4, as I say. But what I'm going to do next is, as I mentioned earlier, I want to try and make use of some of the head variants and options to put a bit of variety into these figures now. I enjoy painting them so much that I want to carry on pottering with them, even though I've got more than enough for a game now. So what I'm going to do, and what I've already done in one case, is to buy the figures singly now in the individual blister packs, and I've started with this chap here because it struck me that he looks as though he's very similarly armed to the Retiarus. Depending on how strictly you want to obey the terms and definitions of how all these various fighters were armed, you could get away with it. In particular, I thought he has this shoulder armour, which is called the Gallerus, but he's also armoured with shin guards, and some descriptions of the Retiarus I've found have said that they only had the arm, I think it's called a manica, the arm protection, and the Gallerus, the shoulder armour, and a bare head. So is just about suitable to make a retiaris out of. And as I said in the previous video, I don't really want to get too tied down to very strict definitions. I want to kind of indulge myself a little bit. So this is the one that I've used as my first variant. It's the body of the Lachiarius with the net and trident of the Retiaris, and again the Retiaris is supposed to not have head armour, but as I said in the previous video, I really like these grilled faces on some of the helmets, and I have seen depictions of Retiaris with this on, not historical ones, but in movies and so on, and other people's conversions that I've noticed them doing on the internet and on YouTube. I really like the look, so I've gone for it, and I'm really pleased with this one. I think he's quite an imposing gladiator, so looking forward to using him in the rules. And that's it for the time being. I'll tack on some photographs at the end of this video, but thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye for now.